The FV215B is a British Tier 10 tech tree heavy tank, and currently this vehicle has the lowest win rate in Tier 10 for a heavy. It didn't used to, but ever since Wargaming nerfed its DPM, the only thing it really had going for it, yeah, it really hurt the tank, and that's a very similar case for the T110E5. This went from being one of the most meta tanks in the game to, yeah, a vehicle that can still do pretty decent. It's got good armor, reactive still. It's got a lot of things that are great, but it's just the fact that its DPM is so bad. 2,379. I mean, that's basically the same DPM as a 60 TP, but you don't get tungsten shells or the alpha or the armor. Yeah, it kinda sucks on that regard. So I thought in today's video, let's play in the two worst performing Tier 10 heavies in the game. Let's see if they can still do well, and even if it's worth it to ever grind down this line. Now, do I think in the future Wargaming will buff these two vehicles? Yeah. I think that at least in the near year or so, Wargaming will admit that they made a mistake and they'll buff either the E5's DPM or same for the 215B, maybe the armor. I just can't imagine they leave these vehicles being the worst performing tanks in Tier 10. But hey, it is Wargaming and sometimes they don't like to admit mistakes. So you never know. Either way, I am going to be pushing straight over towards base B. Now, B is great if you want to cap it early, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to put on a speed boost, and we are going to get straight over towards this position. What does the enemy team have? They got an E100, Object 260, and that's it, actually, for heavies. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to get this base basically free. Haha, see what I did there? So yeah, we can get into here quite quickly. We can capture this base. And then maybe we can get over towards A side as well and cap it. I mean, I don't see anything over towards A. That would make sense, though. Looking at the enemy team's lineup, they have a very medium-oriented thing. So, yeah, I'm just going to push into A. I'm going to cap it and then just hold, just kind of like a comp battle, but in a pub game. We'll see how our team works out. Speed. Now, you'll notice the E5 is not the slowest of tanks. It can actually accelerate pretty decently, and that's nice. I mean, it's definitely a mobile heavy. It's more in between a medium and a heavy, but it does have some pretty decent armor, but it also has some pretty terrible armor. It can be very easily penetrated through the side anywhere. It's not like a 60 TP where you got some troll spots. No. This tank is virtually a pen with every shot. So we got the T22, and we ricocheted. Yay! Alright, well, I don't know what to say about that apart from tough luck. Well, T22's pushing off to the side. I'm going to push up over here as well. Oh my god. Welp. That sucks for you. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't know why, to be fair, they're rushing our 60 TP and Object 268, but hey, if it suits them, I guess it does. So I'm going to be putting on my speed boost, and we're going to be pushing over here. Now, the 30B is pushing off to the side, so we'll get a nice shot in. We did end up getting hit by the enemy E50M, but not too bad. It's not like it's going to end my game. So we'll reload here again. Maybe we can get another shell into this 30B, and fire. There you go. Another nice tap. You can definitely see that the reload's not great on this tank. You can feel the pain when driving this vehicle. It just takes so long to get a single shell reloaded, and in return, your armor, which isn't super great, just kind of gets penned every shot by the enemy. I mean, look at this E50M. Every shell has penned me, but thankfully we do have hit points. So, while the E50M may have a lot, and when I mean a lot more DPM, but I mean, look at that, even on the move I get penned. It's so sad how bad the armor on the E5 is sometimes. Alright, well, this is where the E5 feels strong, when you're hull down. Ooh, but that's a Vickers, which means we get penned again! Yay! Now we're a one-shot for the E100, and I bet you my bottom dollar that this guy's gonna try and drive right over the hill and kill us. So, we're gonna back up, we're gonna keep backing up. Let's go for that track wheel. There you go, nice tracking shot. Come on, maybe we can bait a shell from him. Come on. Oh, okay, the game's over. I guess just like a comp battle, if you have enough base caps, you can win a battle incredibly quick. And that was incredibly quick. That battle lasted all of 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Holy crap. Alright, let's do one more battle in the E5. That was way too quick. Let's see if this one goes a little bit better. Now, I think that we could have dealt okay damage in that game, unless that E100 penned us, which he probably would have. I mean, you saw just in that example there how quickly the E5 gets melted. I mean, we literally got buttered by every tank. That E50M, even on the move, hit us right in the frontal plate. That's one of the big issues that kind of suffers with the E5, is just the armor overall You know, hold down, you can really get some nice shots out, but if you can't work a hold down position, you really feel kind of useless. So what we're going to do is we're going to push up to base B. Obviously, this is a very good position. What do we have up against us? We got an IS-4, 50 TP, and a Mose. We also got the Vickers right here, and a nice tap straight into his turret. Obviously, hitting a Vickers turret isn't too hard, and all we got to do now is back up. I don't want to be shot, so there you go, and reloaded. Now, with the way my team is pushing, I'm going to push over towards this side, although maybe not. Okay. Well, I need to make a decision, and I don't want to be shot up the rear by the Leopard, so what we're going to do is drive away, and then what we're going to do is the old 9,000 spinaroo. We're going to drive behind the Leopard and just basically go back to where we were before, because that Leopard's getting absolutely nuked for sitting on the hill, which is great for me. So yeah, I'm just going to come up behind this Leopard, and we should pretty easily get a shot into his rear. There you go, nice HE, although we didn't really need it. I wanted to make sure that would pen, which it did. And there you have it. There goes one tier 10 tank already. Now, the Vickers Light, not sure what this guy's planning on doing. Looks like he's not going to stay there. So we are going to aim at maybe this 1-2-1. Ooh, there is the Vickers. Okay, maybe the player is planning on staying there. I don't know what to say. I'm going to try and get a shell into the side. I'm not going to bother. Okay. Well, I was going to say I'm not going to bother an HE shell, but I guess Wargaming doesn't like me. I mean, that's... Oh, okay. Well, this battle's a pretty weird turntable, isn't it? It's like, ah, yes, I'm going to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Well, maybe we can get a shell into the side of the WZ. Don't really care too much if this IS-4 pens me, because I want to get out a shell, help out my teammate, so hopefully that Yo can do his job. I don't know if we out-reload this IS-4. That's the sad part about the E5's DPM. But we do. We actually do. But that might be just because this guy's running it almost completely stock, it looks like. So we're going to reload again. And let's aim in on this guy's lower plate. And, oh, I guess we can't, but I guess we can hit that hatch right there anyway. Pretty nice shot. Our team still has a lot of health left, which is good. So I'm just going to face hug this guy. There you go. And IS-4 is trying to hit my hatch, but I'm not going to allow that. We're going to pull forwards. Yeah, you having fun here, my guy. E5 is notoriously strong in a face hug. People really, really struggle to understand how to pen it. We're going to aim in right on this IS-4's little cheek there. And with that, this guy still has refused to fire his gun. There you go. Shoots his weapon. And, yeah, say goodbye to the IS-4. We're going to finish him off with a pretty easy shot. That player was clearly a bit missing the brain cells, but we were still able to take advantage of that and come out with a victory. I like the E5. What I can tell you I don't like is my ping right now. Holy, is it bad. We actually hit that shot, but we are over 1,000 ping. Holy moly. Well, we did our job already, so... I'm not going to complain, but oh my, 500 ping, come on, game, be nice to me. All right, please move, thank you. Oh, maybe we can hit that 1-2-1 fire. Okay, well, yeah, ping moment, that's all I'm going to say. When you've got really bad ping, it's super hard to play, so... yeah, hopefully it chills and simmers down when we play our next battle. But here we go. Let's see if we can get a shot into the TP. Yes, we did. It was very delayed, but we did get the shot out. Sweet. And all we got to do now is reload one more shell. I'm going to put on my auto-aim. If you don't know, auto-aim actually negates server lag, so I can just use auto-aim. It'll aim it on his tank, and even with 1,000 ping, we were able to get the shell out. It's not a bad battle. We did over 4,000 damage. We did our job as needed, and we're even going to get a shell into the enemy 50 TP. So there you have it. That is the T110E5. Now we're going to try and get into a battle with the FV215B. But first we got to wait for our battle results. It seems like my Wi-Fi is really just not doing great. Yeah, I mean, it can't even load the logos. Either way, I'll reset my Wi-Fi really quickly. This is a good game, though. 4,400 damage. And it showcased where the E5 does do well, hull down. I mean, if you can work Canyon Hill, you feel very, very powerful. But you definitely notice the game before that was not the case. And we also fought a complete nincompoop of an IS-4. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I don't think the E5 is bad at all. A lot of people say that it's ruined. I don't think that it's ruined, but I definitely think it's lost its main spark that made the tank so special. When we take a look at the 215B, this is definitely a tank that has been kind of ruined. The 215B is all relies on the gun, because it never had good armor. Its side armor is terrible. It's 106 millimeters. The upper plate's 159. I mean, that's bad. Even up, using gun depression, you can still pen it with some pretty decent rounds. If you're running like a IS-4 with heat, you can quite easily penetrate an enemy 215B. When it comes to the turret, it is actually very strong. I really like the turret armor on this tank, and if you can work it with the 7 degrees of gun depression, it's not too bad. The issue is more down to the fact that this vehicle doesn't really have... Okay, yeah, it looks like my Wi-Fi is a little laggy, so I'm going to reset my router really quick, and then hopefully we're all good. Looks like the ping has simmered down a bit, so we're going to get into a battle with the 215B. Now, as I was saying before, the 215B, it's definitely capable of doing a good game. It's still got pretty decent DPM, fantastic accuracy, and it's got some very nice penetration. It's just the fact that it kind of lost the main thing that I've always loved about the 215B, which was its gun. I mean, I never really liked the 215B ever, but I can definitely admit that the gun was pretty impressive. So now that its gun doesn't really have that spark anymore, just why would you drive it? Just drive a Super Conqueror or really any stock standard heavy tank at that point. Either way, we are going to use speed. This tank does, just like the E5, use speed boost. And what that means is you can actually go quite quick. This tank has a very, very good power to weight ratio, and even though it only goes around 30-ish kilometers per hour, it doesn't actually feel slow. But that's also because it's probably huge, so it feels like you're actually driving more than you do. So speed. Yes, that guy right up there in the TVP knows exactly how this tank plays. So what do we have up against us? We got a 60 TP and a K91. Apart from that, they don't actually have too many heavy tanks. When it comes to mobility, well, we already have the 62A, and the TVP will probably be going up there anyway. But speed, let's go. Come on, come on. This tank is it's not great at climbing hills, I'll say that. Its power to weight's good, but I mean, I don't think any heavy tank, to be fair, is great at climbing hills. So what are we doing here? Well, the TVP's off to the side, and I'm not going to shoot at him. I'm going to shoot at the 62A. There you go. I was able to use my tracks and actually get a pretty decent bounce. And with that, the enemy TVP is running away. Probably realized he got himself way too deep in the trouble. Can't pen the E50M with a Hess shell right now, but I'll take a standard pen. That's pretty nice anyway. We'll stay hull down just in case that E50M tries to go for me. And Hesh, yes, that is where this tank feels great. Being able to penetrate a shell for 546 damage does feel pretty powerful. I mean, you can't knock that. So here we go. Let's get around this corner. I'm going to try and turn the tank before we do. And keep going, keep going. Oh boy, that is a lot of death, isn't it? Well, we got the E4, and I can't really pen it, and the Tortoise has surprisingly good armor. Now this E50M, I'm just going to put on speed boost, and we are going to back up, and angle, sweet. There you go. Even if this guy pens me, I mean, we have much more alpha, so not super worried about that part of this guy. I mean, he's not the biggest of threats, clearly, so we're just aiming another shell onto the E50M. Nice tracking shot as well, and with that, pretty good. I mean, we're not doing bad at all. We're gonna reload. Hopefully we can get another shot out. E50 does that. My E100 finishes him off, and with that, we are going to get a Hess shell right into the lower plate of that TVP for 600. I mean, definitely very beefy alpha there, right? It's insane how much damage a Hess shell can do. With that, we've shoved ourselves over 3,000 damage this game. And then we go on the reload game again. That TVP is poking the hill, and we are going to try and get a shot into the E4's cupola. This tank actually has very, very good accuracy, as we went over before. So you can quite easily hit some pretty nice snapshots. Oh, or not, I guess. That one was pretty sad, but yeah, I guess we'll continue pushing up here. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, we got the TVP over here. We got the Tortoise in mid, and ooh, that hurt a bit. Let's get a shot on the move in the Tortoise. Thank you. Nice bounce from the 60 TP, but as I said, this thing does actually have some pretty decent turret armor. Can't hit the E4 just yet, so instead what I'll do is I'll push over here, and I will put on speed boost. Come on, Tortoise, don't you want to play with me, buddy? Ha ha ha. Yes, and now I shall aim right at your hull. There you go, finish off the Tortoise. We actually blocked 2,000 damage this game, which is quite a substantial amount, and now we are just going to try and finish off the K91. There you go, a pretty good game. 4,000 damage, we came out with a victory, and showcased the 215B. I like the tank. I don't love it, and there are a lot of situations where it feels quite terrible. But the gun is nice, and it's got good accuracy. It's just the fact that the only thing that made it so nice was kind of taken away from it. Both of these vehicles deserve a bit of a buff. I think the E5 should just get back its original DPM, and the FV215B, I think the 215B just needs its original DPM back, and as well an armor buff on the upper plate and side armor. That's my personal opinion, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!